A week later, after Brickworld Chicago 2025, we're here to talk about Brickworld Chicago 2025. This chair is going to squeak all night, so I probably should just like kneel or something. But I'll give it a little bit. We'll let some people trickle in. Let some fans join the corral. Uh-oh, we've got duels over here. The corral. Can't even hear the music. Hold up, chat. Hold up. I'm gonna pull you guys up for a sec if I know how to click out of things. I'm not doing a very good job tonight. There we go. First channel member, Liam Brick the Bed. You are the first. You are the first individual this evening. Thanks for stopping by. We're going to go for about an hour today because we got Mrs. CPA here. And we're just trying to chill, just trying to vibe a little bit. Yes, Shreddy, you get a badge. How cool is that? Should I add a little text ticker across the bottom? Last time, apparently, I was talking about Andor spoilers. But this time, talking about Brickworld Chicago. As I said in the description, it was my second time as a badged attendee.
Yes.
Do you wanna scoot over a little bit? Am I still in the way?
Yeah.
Are you as far over?
The chairs are.
I wish I could take this thing off.
I know.
It like kind of just. Actually, I can take it off. I just have to unscrew it. I should do that.
That would be a lot, but you could.
Not right now. But it was your.
It does look like I'm like separated from you.
Yeah, but she's literally right here. But it was your first time.
I was a badge attendee last time, but my first time being there since Wednesday.
Were you a full weekend? Did I get you a full one, or just for the?
Yes, but I had to work Thursday and Friday, so I came after work on Thursday and Friday for last year. But this time I was able to stay the whole time.
Yes.
Like, and be down there the whole time. So.
And what was your? What did you learn? What did you glean? What did you pull from
like
Brickworld
different?
Chicago? Yeah. What was different from being the whole time?
Wear walking shoes. Like, even I thought that being in the hotel, don't get me wrong, I would 100% recommend if you go stay at the hotel if you can. But I did think it would be less walking because I was at the hotel. Like, how convenient. Like, if you want a snack, just go walk back up to the hotel room. But the layout, the hotel, the convention center, it's huge.
Yes.
So you're still walking a lot. Yeah. I talked with somebody, I don't remember who, so my bad. But we were joking that, in the airport, how they have those walk ramps that just go flat. But they should have added those in.
For the top, they should put those upstairs.
Yeah, just along the.
That'd be a huge undertaking, but that would be cool if they had those upstairs for that walkway. Because it's not like when you're down low, you could go to the ballroom and stuff. But when you're upstairs,
right.
literally the only point is to get from A to B.
Yeah, I don't think that they would. I don't think there's any monetary anything for doing that. I don't think they will ever. But it is a lot of walking. If you're in crutches, that would stink. That would really stink. If you're in crutches, maybe borrow a wheelchair or something.
Yeah, because I guess the part of it is if you're staying at the hotel, you kind of are like, oh, I can go back and forth whenever I want. So
That's
you don't necessarily think, all right, do I have everything? Because that's one thing that came to mind is, on the opposite respect, if we weren't in the hotel, I'm sure I would have forgotten so many things because there was a million times where I was like, all right, run back to that. But granted, if you're already at the ballroom like I was for most of it, going to the hotel wasn't that bad.
No, I would still say though, even if you're at the hotel, definitely bring a backpack or a bag. you're not going to want to run back for a snack or for any equipment, you know, but maybe once or twice throughout the day.
Yeah, on a best case scenario, but
yeah,
it wasn't too bad.
You get your steps in.
Yeah, I don't know if I think my watch was tracking steps. I don't remember. I never checked. But Jake, starting off with a really good question. I mean, we'll get there now.
That's very broad.
But it's what everyone wants to know, for especially as someone who hasn't gone to Brickworld Chicago like Jake. Why should he go?
I still love the after hours or the after dark. What's it called? After dark?
Just hanging out?
No, the lights that they have.
World of Lights.
World of Lights
is what they call it.
I love that because when you're there from Wednesday, you watch all these sets be put up, so you kind of already get to see it. So by the time it's like Saturday, you're like, okay, I've kind of seen most of this stuff already. But seeing it like at night or like in the dark is so cool, and I think that part is worth the badge. Like even if you're just coming for Saturday and Sunday, having those perks to be able to see stuff like that is awesome. There's also a lot. They jam-packed a lot of panels and stuff this year, especially on Saturday. So looking at like the schedule beforehand, if you're gonna just do one day, figuring out which day is worth it for you and what is available.
There does seem like there was a lot more last year.
Over the two?
A lot more this year.
Okay.
I'm thinking of too many things right now. I'm thinking of what short I'm going to make tonight. I'm looking at chat. I'm thinking about Brickmaster Harry doing a shameless plug in chat again. So, all right. Yes, no, I feel like there was a lot more. Well, maybe there was more last year, but I feel like there was more this year that anyone could say, yeah, I'm interested in that.
Yeah, I think there was a broader appeal this year.
In a good way.
Yeah, but they definitely jam-packed it on Saturday. I feel like for me, I was more interested on the stuff that was done on Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, I could have taken or leaving it. I don't even recall like what specifically was on Saturday. Not to say it wasn't good.
You mean Sunday?
Sunday. Not to say it wasn't good. I just don't recall it. But do you want to sit closer to me?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, so look at the days, but also like Lego had the Ninjago thing that they did on Friday. They did like the panels other days as well, but they had the release early. So that was something that only badge members could get, and I was getting a lot of questions about that at the table on Saturday and Sunday about like, oh, when is this? Oh, we're sad that we didn't get to see it. Somebody actually wanted to buy tickets to it, like because her kid loved kid loved Ninjago, and they saw it advertised somewhere, and so they thought it was like a movie theater or something, and so they were trying to just get into that, and so I had to explain that it was the badges, and so I did the whole spiel for Brickworld. Low-key not an employee, but like kind of. Which
yeah, I mean Lego probably should have done an official announcement. I don't.
They also didn't know that you got more. They didn't really understand the process of like what a badge gets you, of like how you can display. You don't have to display. You get all these other perks.
That was something I was really confused about, because I was like, why would you come here and be a badged attendee but not display anything? Like, what does that mean? And then understanding that, oh no, people go and just hang out. And
and it sounded like this one person's kids were very into Lego, and specifically Ninjago, but were very into Lego, and that they would have enjoyed even going like multiple days in a row with their kids. So explaining that. I don't know Brickworld's advertising though. That might be a suggestion for them.
There's a reason you don't know it.
I know, it's because you deal with it. You're just like, hey,
happen.
Here's the path. Here's what we're doing.
Hey, chat, let me know, is stuff struggling? Are we back to normal? I'm getting a little pickup that I'm losing some, we're having some poor stream health. Uh-oh, dropping frames.
It's not my fault.
We back, Harry? Do I need to figure out, Discord's usually the biggest problem. Let me, chop this.
Yeah, I'm having, is it because you still have two there?
No, this is a different computer. This hasn't happened in a long time.
Oh.
Okay, we're good now? Sweet. So hopefully you heard most of that, because basically just recapping there we go. We're back to healthy. I think it was just a
second.
Yeah, a little OBS issue, which lost a couple of viewers. Hopefully they'll come back. Anyways, yeah, there was depending on what you heard, there was a kid like 10 or old enough to probably not old enough to go around by himself.
No, definitely not.
But would have benefited from being there multiple days, and
it sounded like his parents would have bought it if they would have known, but they didn't understand like the levels and what all else you got for the passes. They kind of were a little confused about what the levels were. So
maybe it was Mark who came in and was slashing my internet because he didn't want me talking about Brickworld's maybe poor marketing.
Yeah.
But
or just I don't know what the page looks like when you go to buy them. Like if there's a breakdown of,
you more or less have to know what you're buying, or else it's
like those subscriptions on like when there's multiple level like on Netflix, and it's like the basic versus this, and then they have the checklist of like this is what's included in this one, but then you go the next year and it's like this is what you get and then this is what you get. They should have like a PDF of that.
Yes. Yeah, at the end of the day something more should be happening on that front.
I'll knock one. No.
So
I'm kidding.
Yeah. We'll definitely be talking more about best parts of Brickworld throughout the stream, of course, obviously. So, let's see. We had Brickmaster Harry popping up, clean shaven. I mean, trimmed, definitely trimmed. Unless he was talking about you, maybe.
I hope
you didn't
not.
clarify who you're talking about. Looks like a new. I maybe recognize the name Claudio from Argentina. Muchas gracias.
You probably just made him cringe so bad.
No. My favorite... Oh, yeah. Shameless plug. Get out of here. Smoky Smokes. Oh, I remember. Good to see you there.
Yes.
Worth the money for
Agreed.
the badge, hands down. Oh, Clever Pig. Great to see you again. Did see Clever Pig in Brickworld Chicago, which was great.
XP feature.
And this XP feature... If you talk and you chat, and I don't know if it resets it might reset every stream. Wow, I thought it would carry over each stream. Apparently, it resets every stream. Brickmaster
Someone
Harry
could rack up those points.
is in first place. I think that's why he's shamelessly plugging various things.
Just to stay at the top.
He's trying to get first place. It's like, yes, you get a certain per message, per blah, blah, blah. So that's what they're doing.
Interesting.
Clever Pig says, best part of Brickworld, hands down, was bumping shoulders and chatting with all the YouTube and Insta people.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, that's always one of the best parts.
Yeah.
It's a blast.
Yeah, we did have kids coming up asking which specific YouTubers and stuff were there. So I know that's a huge highlight for a lot of people too.
How long did it take you to do your hair in the morning at Brickworld CPA? I think he's talking about Mrs. CPA.
I think he's talking about you.
Because it took me. I don't know, 5 minutes.
I was gonna say I wore mine in a ponytail most of the time.
To do my hair.
Mine was in a ponytail the whole time, so not much.
Not long. Yes. So this is an interesting discussion. I know we've talked about this last year. The value of 24/7 access for 5 days of Brickworld for $120 is literally insane. Actually, funny story. So, when things dropped in August of last year, I was like, go, buy the hotel, buy the tickets, all that stuff. Turns out I only bought my ticket, and I didn't buy her ticket. So I had to pay. Mark, I did it for you. I gave you an extra $40 for the lack of early bird fee. So I paid $160. Still worth it. Well, for you worth it maybe. You did go to she
Even
had
if
to go
we
to bed
swapped it.
early, but still, yeah. So, yeah, $120 it's unreal. This is for any of you who aren't huge in the convention scene.
That's
for a
unheard
ticket
of,
like
yeah.
this, it would go for an easy 300.
Well,
would be
and
cheap.
and you still wouldn't have the 24/7 part. Like that, even that part is crazy to have that.
Yeah.
But even so, like you stayed up late and I didn't, but I still think it was worth it. Like because even if you don't use the 24/7, but you use like you can go longer. Like Sunday is cut short for the everyday pass people. So, even just being able to stay past 3 on Sunday.
Yeah, that's true. That's a really good point.
Or just getting in early. I'm a morning person, so I was able to even just go down there
before the 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. rush.
before the rush of people on Saturday. Being able to just get in there and be chill and not have to weasel through people to get in. Yeah, or being able to see everything early, like on Friday before, and then not having to be in that huge crowd. Yeah.
Because it would be an interesting discussion. Would you be willing to change venues if the venue was better, but it did not allow 24/7 access? Would anyone be willing to do that? I feel like the answer would be no. Like unless I don't. What
would have to
be
have
better? More space. Like if there was more space.
It would have to have a really nice like lobby area that you could hang out in, because I feel like a huge part of the funness of this is being able to hang out with your friends after hours and having it, whether it's next to your Lego set that you built and brought or in a lobby. I think it would be fine on a lobby, but a lot of hotels, it would be too echoey and too loud,
and there'd be complaints and
blah,
blah, blah.
and that's not what a hotel would want either. So I don't know if you could hang out in big groups and that's really what you'd want, unless you had an outdoor space like a fireplace or a campfire, but I don't think you're getting that in Chicago.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess we'll get to that discussion now then, because if Tyler mentioned one of the locations, McCormick Place will be one, is in Chicago. Another venue in Chicago is in Rosemont. It's the Donald E. Stevens Center. So basically, as far as sizes go, it's like the Renaissance, Donald E. Stevens, and then McCormick is by far the biggest.
In Chicago?
Yeah, in the Chicago area. They basically have, and it's Schaumburg, and then Rosemont is right next to O'Hare, like literally 5 minutes from O'Hare, and like a true 5-minute drive. Like you're not even kind of you're still in that giant circle of O'Hare to get to Donald E. Stevens, Rosemont, and there's multiple hotel options. You can walk to the Hyatt, which is the hotel attached to Donald E. Stevens, is the convention hotel. They have several different hotels, so it'd be interesting to see if
are they connected
they would allow to the convention center. Yeah.
Okay.
It would be interesting to see if they would allow a deal, because outright you're not paying $159 to stay at Hyatt. You're paying at least $250, probably $280 before taxes. So after taxes, $310 to stay at the Hyatt.
A night?
For one night. So there's all those costs involved, and then you're probably paying another $30 for parking.
Yeah.
And then even for people, like Brickworld would need to do a tremendous, and there's still time, is my understanding. So Brickworld would have to do a tremendous job telling people where to park, like making it super obvious. There is a parking lot down the way. It does all the convention parking. It's probably
Is it a long walk?
It's like 4 blocks, so it's not super. It's definitely less than a mile. Probably.
I'm just thinking somebody.
Half a mile at the most.
I'm just thinking somebody needing to unload and load their sets. I
mean, there is a loading area.
I just feel like that would get so just congested.
Like any convention center always has a loading area.
I mean, when we left on Monday though, I saw people still carrying out like their totes because it wasn't that long of a walk. and so they could carry out
I mean,
a
the
couple
hotel
totes.
parking, the hotel parking is right there, but there's other parking that's like away if you're going the public days.
Yeah.
Anyways, so those are kind of the options.
I don't think it's worth it.
McCormick is gonna. So I described Hyatt payment. I don't think McCormick has a hotel attached to it. I'd have to, but that one is true. That one's downtown. McCormick Place is downtown.
That would be so expensive.
If
for parking.
Whatever you're paying at here at the Renaissance, you're paying 3 or 4x to stay at wherever you're going to stay.
Well, and all
McCormick
of
Place.
even like the food costs, because Chicago downtown has a tax, like an additional tax. So anything you buy or do would be crazy and take it forever to go anywhere.
Shreddy and Lifebricks talking about ghosts in chat. Man, I need making me want a ghost. I'm down to my last ghost.
Oh, I thought you meant like Boo. I thought you meant like Casper. I'm like, why?
Yeah, they're talking about Casper. the friendly Casper is in chat right now.
I was so confused.
I currently don't have a Costco membership, which I'm slightly leaning towards just buying one myself.
Yeah.
I don't want to really ask our
Sponge off our
connection
connections.
to get us, but maybe we might in the next week or so when we're there. We'll see. Might try and casually bring it up. So yeah, I haven't gotten my ghost plug, but Shreddy, you shared that ghosts, that new 3-pack that's exclusive to Costco that has, I think, all new flavors I haven't tried yet. Probably gonna have to get that one sometime soon, or pay someone or try and get someone to go on the inside and get me one. So Clever Pig, I know we're catching up to chats. I mean, for perspective, I just bought one ticket to my favorite band. They're very much not superstar status, and it was $3 large. Well, not large, but $300 bucks.
No.
Yeah, I mean, and that's for one night, probably a couple hours.
Yeah.
Obviously, you said your favorite band, so that's an experience you want to have, a moment you want to remember and experience. So.
But yeah, if you love Lego the same, and you get 5 days out of it for less than half the price, so yeah.
So and that to say that, I mean, don't be surprised if the price of the badged attendees raise this year.
Yeah.
Which honestly, I don't think that's a bad thing, because we're helping afford more
Brickworld.
that Mark and that Brickworld can do.
Yeah.
We're giving them more opportunities, because I mean, I think all of us know Mark. We know, obviously, Sean is heavily involved in the operations. So I don't believe that any additional funds we give to them are going straight. All of them are not going to go straight.
It would be put back into Brickworld,
into Mark's pockets. I mean, if anything, we've had casual conversations of what we think the profitability of Brickworld is. I can only imagine it's probably less than the average person thinks. Completely different discussion, obviously, but we know the heart of Mark, we know the heart of Sean, wanting to make Brickworld better and better each year.
Yeah.
For better or worse, that requires money, and so if we can do a part in giving that, get more out of it, because we're going to get more out of it the more we give into it.
And
so
they listen
that's kinda how I look
to
at it.
feedback like very well too. So like they're constantly working on improving. So I wouldn't mind it.
Brick, the Harry. If you guys had to sleep anywhere on the premises except the hotel room, where would it be? I'm taking the convention hall underneath it. That's a pretty good spot, because then you get the cover, you blocks out, because those lights aren't turning off. So you get the lights turned off. You get all this wonderful stuff. Unfortunately, you get the hard cement floor, so maybe you need to bring a rollout.
I was going to say the couches in front of Starbucks.
Yeah, Harry, what are you doing? Take the couches in the lobby.
The lobby couches do seem pretty comfy. I
mean, people are sleeping on those anyways.
Yeah. I'd be parked right, so I know when Starbucks opens.
Oh, it skipped me. It skipped me
you're
forward.
You're going far.
Life Bricks, Tyler, all depending on travel distance, which hotel getting 5 to 7 full jam-packed days with hundreds of like-minded, answering the question like location.
Yeah.
If you can't have access to the floor. People for 1,000 to 1,500 is just, Oh, back to the value. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It's, It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. 24/7 McCormick Place would be crazy. Because, I mean, that, you could, they could introduce, like, a proper scavenger hunt or a proper, like, even a whodunit or just some kind of thing like that. Just because that place is huge. The place is ginormous if you've ever been to McCormick Place. And I haven't even been to the whole thing myself, but could be fun. Tyler, I agree there. Best hours are from 10 to 4. Anytime past 4, man, it gets a little crazy.
That's the crazy part is, like, every time I would talk to anybody, I'm like, well, what time did you go to bed at? And 4 was the average time I heard. Some people said 6 a couple of times, and I'm like, why are you up and awake?
Tyler, Rosemont is where the Fan Expo. If there's a Chicago Fan Expo, it would either be in Rosemont or it would be in McCormick. I don't know for sure, but I think it is I think it is Rosemont, Donald E. Stevens. So, I mean, yeah, I feel like Rosemont is a lot more realistic than I keep blanking on it. McCormick. So
just like downtown.
We shall see. The issue is the nightly hotel cost. I was quite surprised how good of a deal we got on the hotel and if you stayed at the Rennie. Yeah, 100%. I feel like Hyatt, maybe not the Hyatt, but some hotel around there could give a deal that they could be a part of. But I mean, you have to stay at the Hyatt. It is even closer. Oh wait, no, it isn't. I don't think the Hyatt is connected to the convention center. I think you have to walk across the street. Because I remember when I was doing that and I was the walking person with the celebrities to go to the hotel and back, and you did have to walk across the street.
The one thing I'm thinking, though, is that when we talked with Mark last year, he was very much like, what would this look like for the average person walking in? Like, he very much cares about what the badge holders and what the ticket people will see and experience. And so if it's better for that, like if you have a hotel connected and stuff like that, that's something like he's sounded like he was strongly considering last year.
Have fun at that hotel. No, have fun at that birthday party. But it might be at a hotel. If I'm right in that respect, that'd be funny. But have fun at that birthday party. We'll see you in the replay. You'll get a chuckle when you get to this part. I know it. Clever Pig says, I don't mind the drive to cut the room rate in half. The rooms are by far the biggest expense. True. But the Rennie literally is the cheapest. It is the cheapest hotel cost that will probably ever be.
Yeah.
For a convention.
Yeah.
As is.
Yeah. I mean, they might, because Brickworld sells them out, they might choose to not give so much of a discount because they just can, because we will continue to buy it out kind of thing.
I mean, what it would look like is, my guess is, Mark would go to the Hyatt and say, this is what we can guarantee.
Right.
Give us the discount and we'll choose you versus staying with the Renaissance or talking to McCormick. Like, it's going to be that kind of like, who wants this
deal?
Tyler, you can do the math. Who wants to sell out? I don't know how many.
They
rooms?
had 14. 1,000? They had 14 levels.
So 14 times.
At least 100.
50.
No, at least 100.
So
on every level.
So 1,400 rooms. We'll say 1,000 rooms. Do 1,000 times 150.
At least.
And say this is what we're.
Core status.
This is what we're giving to you. Why do we keep dropping frames? Okay, let me try and fix this. I might just try and restart OBS. I think that's what the problem is. We'll be back.
The stream.
Should be back. We should be back. Hopefully we don't have any issues moving forward. Thanks everyone for joining so far. Appreciate it greatly. 24. Hopefully people don't dip away. Tried to fix it real quick. I have a little monitor down here I'm checking. Slowly catching up in chat. The lover, Brick Lover Brad,
Hello.
I do feel a little bad between you and Harry how this little chat thing that I have popped up, it gets rid of your check mark that you have worked so hard for and earned. So I apologize for that. It's scraping that away. But I did see your day zero blog, or should I say vlog, and I commented on it and said, I got 2 minutes in, and you're already stamping on Bionicle's grave. So that was not very cool. And Will Bricks Productions knows what's up with that. So I won't talk about that anymore. It's not going to let it ruin my night. 1,500 Brickworld trip would be an easy 5K at the McCormick. Probably. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't think Mark would want to make that jump.
Mrs. CPA is a big Casper lady. That's what it sounds like. I don't remember what we were talking about. Ghost. Oh, that would be crazy to ship an 18 pack of Ghost if that's what you're talking about.
Aren't those carbonated?
Crazy. Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
I don't know. I guess they do ship them, like
the Ghost, yeah, or carbonated bevies.
Yeah.
Yes, Rune. How's it going, everyone? Nice meeting the CPAs at Brickworld. It was nice to meet you as well. That first day when I saw you, I mean, it was a Wednesday. You guys were hard at work working on the Ninjago builds. So it's kind of like getting in the moment, figuring out who's who and what. And then I connected it pretty quick. I'd like to think I connected it pretty well. So Liam's saying, can you tell us more on the extra tax? So yes, there is. If you are in the downtown Chicago limits, there is an extra sales tax. That being said, when we were in Schaumburg getting calzones at Rosati's, I did notice that the sales tax was 10%, which I thought was only in downtown Chicago. For instance, when I purchased my
Lego
UCS Millennium Falcon at Water Tower Place in Chicago, I paid an additional 10%. So instead of whatever it normally would be, it was $880, basically $900, unfortunately, because I bought it in downtown Chicago. So there's that scheme. I think that's the tax she's referring to. She might be looking it up right now. But yeah, so there is definitely some extra tax. Once again, a channel member. I do want to highlight our channel members. We have a handful in chat right now. Love to see it. Liam Break the Bed, channel member, one of the first, one of the earliest. Coolhan Bricks, another channel member. If you want to be highlighted more often on the stream, show up in chat, become a channel member. Cheapest is 99 cents. We've talked about it before. That's just like one
So
Chipotle burrito.
Chicago sales tax is 10.25% as of June 21st. But the Illinois state sales tax is 6.25.
So do you add 10 plus 6.2?
No. So it says Illinois state sales tax is 6.25. Chicago city sales tax is 1.25. So those two get added. But then you also have the Cook County sales tax, which is 1.75, and a regional transportation authority tax, which is 1%. So all of that goes in together to make up the 10.25. But restaurants in Chicago are 11.75%. And streaming content apparently also is taxed at 10.25%.
Whoa.
So
catching up on chat. Apparently this just happened. I don't even know if I want to say that out loud, but that's kind of crazy. Okay.
Wow.
Not going to pretend
Current
it
news.
happened, but just like, yeah, we'll go on.
Current news.
Yeah, no, I would agree. Jumping to 150 or 250, pardon, which is about 100% increase from last year. I think it'd be awesome. It would be reasonable and warranted, and hopefully make things a lot better for us. They could easily bump 20%. I mean, they bumped it 20% from last year. I'm pretty sure. I think the 120 early bird is a bump up because it was $100 last year. So there you go.
That makes sense. Yeah.
There you go. 100%, Tyler. All right. Clever Pig doing a nice summary. Hey, Coolhan, Rune, Lightning Lord, Brick Lover Brad. It was great to meet all of you. Because yes, this year was Clever Pig's first time
Oh.
Do you know who Clever Pig is?
I believe so.
He had glasses on.
Mm-hmm.
He had like swoopy hair.
Swoopy hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. There's your whole description.
Nailed it. Rune says, I don't mind paying a little extra next year. Ultimately, it's about what you make of the experience. It's up to you if you make it worth it. That's
Agreed.
A very good way of putting it. So, Rune, would you say if you spend 10 hours of your day, of your week, building a Ninjago set that you might not get, is that time well spent? Would you say that's the case? I don't know.
That's the whole experience. I don't know. You're there because you love Lego and you built Lego.
Makes a good point. The Mother Hotel's not the Rennie. The Rennie's the Rennie.
True.
Wouldn't that be wild if we're streaming and that happens? You should pull up the news and see. Just Google
I did look at
that country and see what. Oof. 13 minutes ago. This is what happened. This was what I get for being behind on the chat. This is what I get. This is what I get. I don't even know.
You're just trying to scroll through.
So if you're looking at my chat right now, like none of those are supposed to be showing up yellow. I don't know why they're showing up yellow unless those not channel members because Coolhan isn't showing up with yellow. So it's like hard to tell what I've clicked on. Tyler says I cut out spending Lego spending money if it meant more money needed to be there. The experience with people is irreplaceable. Yeah. Buying Lego can happen. That's very true.
Yeah. Good and there's giveaways, so maybe you get your money back.
Okay, I wasn't planning on doing a haul video, but we both combined came back with a lot of Lego just free, which is crazy. Absolutely.
And it's not about that. It's about
losing frames again.
Yeah, we are dropping frames a lot.
It's back. We're good. So we'll just keep pretending like it's not happening. Coolhan also makes a great point. The cost per night of that hotel split 3 ways was cheaper for 5 nights than 2 nights anywhere in the UK. So yeah, another reason if you're concerned about cost, definitely find someone to roommate. Obviously, especially if you're going with yourself. If you're a couple, certainly could room with another couple or with a solo or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's also an option because 160 divided by 2, 160 divided by 3.
Yeah.
Starts to get really
and if
really
you're literally staying up till 4 a.m. anyways, you're just going back to sleep and you just need a place to throw your clothes,
Very true. Very true. All right, I think we're slowly catching up. Papa Trip, great to meet you as well. Tom, hey Badgers. Great to see you in chat as well. I know we've been having some back and forth, positive, beneficial back and forth about the Bricklink Designer Program in the comments. I love to hear your feedback. We're definitely going to get to that because that is obviously was a huge part of my Brickworld experience. I know hopefully a good part of all of your Saturday experience. So we will definitely get to that. It's already 8:12 and it said we were only going to go for an hour. I might be going longer than that. The CPA might have to go to bed. Once again, I lost my scroll. Where are we at?
Right there. Yeah.
Top fictional ghosts of all time. Casper, number 1, easy.
Top fictional ghost. I don't even think I can think of other
Casper.
ones. Well, yeah, I'm saying other ones. I don't know. One on Scooby-Doo. There's got it. That's what I think of when I think of ghost hunting.
She actually just watched Hunger Games today with the group.
I ended up finishing, because we were talking about it while I was there. I finished the Hunger Games book on Sunday, and then I just watched it with my friends for the book club. So we're reading Catching Fire. And yeah, for others who don't know, my book club and I are reading through the Hunger Games again. It was one of my favorite fandoms growing up, like with people who are diehard Harry Potter fans. I was a diehard Hunger Games fan. So we're rereading them and then watching the movies. So somebody, though, in my book club has never read nor watched the movies. He does not know like any of the spoilers at all, besides like
that's impressive.
Yeah, well, besides like,
because I've never read any of the books. I've read like a chapter of the books.
Yeah.
I've seen parts of the movie, but I more or less know the story.
He said that his only knowledge is like, you know, like Minecraft.
I volunteers tribute.
No.
Surely everyone has to know that part.
I think he knew that part, but like the Minecraft, you know how like after Hunger Games came out, they did like a Minecraft Hunger Games or like a Fortnite Hunger, like they did staged arenas like that. So he knew like that there was an arena. He knew that like people fought each other, but he doesn't know like the full backstory. And so that, but yeah, anyways, it's cool to see the Hunger Games in his eyes for the first time.
Top 3 meals of Brickworld week. Well, I did have my long-awaited calzone from Rosati's Pizza.
That's pretty good.
That takes me all the way back to college about 10 years ago, where every week / every other week.
You're aging yourself.
I would go to Rosati's Pizza for it would hit the credit card at $9.45 each time. Cheese calzone with pepperoni. It was so big. When I started
it was a lot bigger than I thought it would be.
Yeah, she even was like, "Are you sure this is for 2 people?" And I was like, "It's literally in a box like the size of a pizza box."
Well, when he showed me a picture, right, because and he had nothing to scale, so I just saw a box and a calzone, and I was like, "Okay." I still don't think this is enough. But then when I got it and it's like the size of a pizza box, and I was like, oh, okay, we can split this for sure.
Yeah. But no, when I first started eating them, it was like I could only eat half at a time. And then, of course, your body gets used to it. And so I was able to eat a whole one in like an hour or a normal meal time. But this one was definitely different. The crust was still good, but the kind of shell wasn't as puffed up as it was at the other place.
That might have been our fault.
It didn't kill it. And yeah, I think it was sitting for a little bit because the cheese wasn't as goopy as I was hoping.
I love sweet greens. It's expensive.
Sweet greens is good. I mean, if you think about it, like you go to Chipotle, it's $10, $11.
12.
Here, it's like $16. So it's not
my
horrible.
My steak one was $18. But
their chicken one was really good.
But no, it is really good.
Healthy.
It is very healthy. It's really good. We don't have that around here, so I do try and get that when I'm out there. I was eyeballing a Smoothie King that is out there, so but I didn't get it, so I can't rate that one.
Cool, Hannah. I'm surprised, which maybe this is a UK versus US thing. Don't get me started. Coop food was disappointing. One of my best meals was at the airport. The only thing that made any meal good was the company. Because you were always going out, I think. I mean, if you went to the concessions convention food, I'm sure wasn't that great.
Yeah, for convention food, the pizza was pretty good. The pretzel was not great, so I would not recommend that.
Oh, is that what that other charge was for $11?
Yeah, probably. No, the pizza was okay at the convention center. Be warned though that I thought the restaurants around would be used to large groups coming in because they're right next to a convention center. They are not. Everyone I talk to, depending on your party size, no matter what size it is, if you're past 6 people, and like it will take an hour and a half to 2 hours from sitting down to getting your food to leaving and with your receipt and everything. So that also plays a factor when you go out to eat versus if you just went to like a Panda Express or something versus like an actual restaurant.
Rune says, I got to chat with everyone, so yeah, I'll just say it was worth it. I think he's talking about when he was building the Ninjago.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah, you'll probably...
You're there because you like Lego, and that probably building Lego is a part of
also, the way I see it is you probably would have been sitting there for at least, at some point,
half
10
of that
hours anyways.
Yeah.
So, it works.
Yeah.
It works.
Roger, and you get to say you built something there.
I read this message before I put it up. Had a great time grabbing dinner with y'all, Holly, Tiago. Why can't I place Roger? You'll have to say something else that would tip me off. Why am I blank? Why do I not remember anyone?
Was that the
Roger?
Mexican food?
I think so.
I'm assuming that was the Mexican food.
But who was?
Or was it the mall food?
It could have been the mall. It could have been the mall food, but
was it mall or Mexican?
Roger, are you the one that you wore denim? You wore that denim jacket a lot.
Do we go to the Lego store with you?
It might be that. It might be the mall. Because I know everyone in that group. Jake's friend, the guy. I was gonna say the guy with the glasses, but that's not very descriptive either. But
are you trying to describe for me or for you?
For you.
Oh.
It seems like everyone knows Roger.
You get called out for not knowing.
I'm falling further and further behind.
Yes, you are.
Oh, here's some.
Nope.
Throwing stones.
Nope.
Maze Runner versus
We
Hunger
actually
Games.
just talked about this in my book club. That Hunger Games was top, and then Divergent and all the other dystopian ones fall underneath that.
Tudor Corner. That's one we'll pick up at some point.
Yes.
Zane was it. See, I thought it was something
That's
else.
awesome.
Zane was the denim.
The 15% off is nice.
No, that's a good grab.
Yeah, that was one that I liked. For sure.
Here we go. So here's. Oh, Roger's talking. Do you think I should move? Yeah, Roger. Is this an Andy alt? Is it? This has got to be an Andy alt. That's what I'm feeling.
I mean, if you really want to move to be closer to Brickworld, just move next to Brickworld.
Yeah, I'd say. If just for Brickworld, no, that probably wouldn't be a good call. Personally, is my thinking.
Move to Illinois.
So I did talk to Cool Han about coming back in 2026. He says this unfortunately probably might not be a regular occurrence. He'd love to come back, but this seemed like the perfect year for Cool Han to come, just because it was right in between. I think getting married. And then just a lot of other stuff is going to be happening pretty soon for him. So, and we're losing
frames again.
We're losing frames. Come on, OBS, pick it up.
Is it just frames, or does the audio go too?
The audio should be good. I very much appreciate seeing all the love in the chat. Everyone doing. Yeah, it's almost like we're reliving Brickworld again. Everyone's kind of getting in the same spots. Everyone's just reminiscing and reliving, and it's fun to see. So I'm very glad that everyone's taking this moment to join us this evening to talk about Brickworld. What else? I think I'm finally caught up. Holy cow, I'm finally caught up. Now I'm going to make sure I don't miss anyone.
Like the meat?
Yeah, so I don't think we have a Smoothie Kings near us. Anyways, what are both CPA's opinions on crab? So I prefer lobster over crab. I think I
love crab.
Love crab. Yeah, you do.
I don't like lobster.
But
which is weird. I know.
Yeah. I'll eat crab. I just think it's crab. As a food in general, it's not worth.
Oh, I love
it. It takes so much work
to get
so little.
It's so
food.
worth it.
So
I love crab.
That's kind of.
That's my family. Like if we do a special occasion, my parents will, do like a whole crab boil thing, and it's really good.
Yeah. So. Papa Trip Cool Han should have done. Fogo de Chao is a really good restaurant. I think that's downtown though. One of those nights, although he would have been locked in his room for 10 to 12 hours.
That reminds me of the restaurant, going back to the top food, that Mongolian barbecue that we went to was really good.
When was that?
When we went to the Japanese steakhouse.
Oh, yeah. That was really good. That was good. Mm-hmm. Here, 1 pound of crab, you end up getting, it's 1 ounce of meat. You spend, it's.
Oh, yeah, you got to have multiple pounds of crab, but I don't know, it's worth
ideal.
It. I love it.
Not ideal the way I see it. So that being said, I'm going to take this little middle moment. We got some people hanging out. Make sure you like the stream, first of all. Why would you not like to help out the channel? These live streams are great. Reminiscing about Brickworld. It's great to see everyone hanging out in chat. I think this might be more people than we had last year, which is awesome. And last year I had this whole guest list lined up. So love seeing that. I want to see those likes go up.
Didn't I talk about it with you?
No,
last
so
year?
we talked about it before. Because it was going to be your first time.
No, we talked about it after too, because I remember talking about like meeting people
maybe we had
and the
two,
wives.
or you showed
probably
up
did too.
because I had
or
one.
I left.
I had one where
Maybe
it was.
I left early.
It was like Harry, MKM Bricks, Tyler was
Okay.
there, Ryan was there, Cristo was there.
I do remember because
Sean
I
May
talked
showed
about meeting Cristo and his wife last year.
Yes.
So I know I talked about it at some point, but
So, yeah, no, I love seeing everyone. We're currently at the same likes to viewers, mainly because we lost a bunch, but that's okay. It works out. I'm trying to get the regular streams back. I need to make a plan, a schedule moving forward, and we're not done with the stream yet. Just so you know, we're still have a lot more we can talk about. Probably more to talk about than the time we have. So there might be a part 2. We'll see. That being said, if you're not a channel member and you want to consider, that would be awesome. You get the green name in chat. How cool is that? Coolhan is sporting his green name. I know Get Cooped was a channel member. He finally figured out how to cancel it. So if you do become a channel member and you want to cancel your membership, message him and he'll get you right on that. And you won't waste...
Way to call him out.
You won't waste $4 worth of a 99-cent per month subscription when you can just cancel it. So, Coop, I want you to buy that guacamole because you probably would still be a channel member if you didn't figure that out.
Wow.
And that'd be like another $2. So, you've earned that guacamole on your Chipotle bowl. But everyone else,
You're so rude.
if you want priority response, which is what I have to offer...
There's other perks in there.
Yeah, priority response in chat, priority response in the comment section, like, and your name.
Weren't there
will pop
exclusive videos too?
up. I can get your name. Yeah,
Yeah.
Your name should show
You have
up
other
on
stuff.
screen if you become a member. So,
You have other stuff too.
Cristo, once again, part of the 100K club, and your check mark doesn't show up on screen. I apologize. I'll try and get that figured out. Look, it showed up on screen right next to me. It's right there. Life
Yeah.
super chatted.
There you
I'll
go.
cover my face so you can see even better.
Just go like
How
that.
cool is that?
Well, it's not.
Here's $2 since Coop's a cheapo. I bet you he's not even hanging out anymore. He's already gone.
Wow, rude.
I can't wait to see him pop up.
He's probably like thinking you're
I
so
still need
rude.
to figure out who Roger is. Someone tell me who Roger is. I feel like Tyler or Coop has to know who Roger is. Appreciate it though, Tyler. There's Roger. Little dono for the goats heater stream. Appreciate it. Coop saving up for that 50% down payment on a... Yeah. Hey, Coop, didn't I help you maybe figure out how to get FHA for that home you're going to get? I don't think I did. I don't want to take credit for that. But, no, it's funny. You guys are funny. Appreciate everyone hanging out. Means a lot. Means the world. A lot of love. I'm feeling the love in chat. All right, so we've talked about Brickworld kind of as a whole. People were already asking our favorite moments. And now, I mean, we could do hauls. We already talked about food, which is obviously a wonderful thing to talk about. We could talk about
Bricklink.
Bricklink
Bricklink was fun.
I haven't talked about Bricklink.
Yeah, Bricklink was fun.
Why don't we talk about Bricklink? Because if you have to go, I can do a little.
Okay.
Roger wants a
I'm
haul.
okay right now.
Roger put $2 out. How about this? We'll do Mrs. CPA's haul.
Do I have my haul? I mean, a lot of it's upstairs.
Well, isn't it the set?
Yeah.
And then
I mean, like,
was there anything else?
Well, like random people's like
Ooh,
bricks and gifts. Oh, and the
parrot.
Well, the parrot.
Let me go grab
I was
the
gonna
parrot.
say the gift. We got a Lego set gift from somebody.
Oh, yeah.
So
let me go grab some stuff while you keep them entertained.
I will keep them entertained. Hello, people. Yes, we can do a haul. We did get a lot of stuff, and a lot of gifts from people while we were there. So that's awesome. I'm trying to think. what else we got? I mean, even just like the small things, like Brickworld always gives you a lanyard for like your badge and stuff when you get a badge. But Bricklink did give out these as well. So you have these. There was one in green as well that some people got. So there's like a lot of like smaller things like this even. Bricklink also gave out a block that you could add. Brickworld gives you one with your badges. I'm trying to think of like the smaller stuff I'm gonna forget about that we got. I'll give this. So the official Lego table had a Ninjago table that they were giving out that we were at, and so they ended up giving out these poly bags to everybody. So that was cool. And these aren't released yet. I don't believe they are. And they will be a gift with purchase. So eventually. he did get a balloon from them. We were gifted this do they say their name on? Yeah, just Andy. Okay. I'm not gonna out people, okay?
He wrote his name on it, so.
I know, but it was on this side. So Andy gave us this. Very cute. I will definitely be building that one because any of the cute sets I build. Did you get this one here? Oh yes. Bricklink gave out this.
Tote bag?
A tote bag.
Pretty nice one. Like, you can't rip and tear it like some of the tote bags can.
And that one came not from, like, their table. That you had to go to the reveal that was on Saturday to receive it. But that one was...
People were asking for tote bags before I even knew we had tote bags, which...
I didn't know
maybe
we had
they were giving it away at the...
At the table beforehand, or hinted to it, maybe. Who gave you this? We also were gifted this set.
See... yeah, this was from the... Did you already show the parrot?
No.
This is from the giveaways that you first entered into, like
yes.
the Brickworld. I got a Minecraft set. I traded it with Coop for this one because I've literally been waiting for this one to go on sale, and so he, in a suspect trade, he really he confused me
jumped on it
he
at
was like
first.
he was like, oh, you know, he was being all shifty and stuff. So,
but it worked out because you wanted that one.
Tyler, I had like 10 of them, and because they shoved them into this box that I was able to grab, and there was like 10 of them, and I threw the rest out because I didn't.
If you wanted one, sorry.
I think
you
it might
should
be
have
at
told
the bottom
them.
of the. Yeah, it's probably at the bottom of the bag that's in there now. So we put a lot of food in that trash can.
I would not. No, it's been a week with food in our trash can.
You probably don't want
this. Was also given. Obviously, it was given unbuilt, but
well, I decided to build it.
Yes, you did. Loved it. That was fun. Very cute. So that one came with Brickworld. They were also, again, at the reveal. We're throwing them into the crowd. So
I probably threw like 100 of these out.
Yeah.
So
they're very cute.
I will just say this. There may be more of these next year.
Without the hat.
Why without the hat?
Well, because it's his party hat.
No, they'll still be with that. There might be some of these next. Or, Roger, you bring up a great point. Imagine how cool it would be if the parrot was a GWP with the first 100 to buy each BWP set. Or just in general, if you buy a BDP set, you get a GWP. I could see them doing that. Actually, I probably should suggest that to them because, well, no, they would. I mean, yeah, they would have to be the first 100 because I was forgetting how many parrots are left versus how many. They'll probably just save them for another convention. Actually, now that I think about it, they'll bring them next year. Just say, hey, this is for last year's birthday party. Yeah, see that, Tyler? That's what I'm thinking as well. I don't think I got any Bricklink stickers this year. Not that I used them, but
I thought we got one.
Maybe one. Who stole the Ninjago figs?
Coop.
Yeah.
No, Coop knows, but Coop was on a mission.
Call.
He was a
Good call,
detective.
Cristo. I'm scrolling back up. Yep. So we got a pretty good haul. Oh, I didn't bring probably the best haul that you got.
Yeah, I don't know where did that go.
Let me get that haul request. Where is it? Here we go. All right. So
these are for So then there's also, for people who don't know, there's also the garage sale and unofficial garage sales that happen. But you can also buy, anything and everything there.
Where did you put your set that you brought downstairs?
Did
you put it back upstairs?
No, I thought I put it like over here somewhere. Oh, no, check my desk. So anyways, you can buy like minifigures and stuff like that from there. Oh yeah, so this was the brick that I was talking about, that you could get at the Bricklink table that they were giving out, or they were throwing them into the crowd, or they were given in the bag, the tote bag that you saw. So it is like this. Where's the camera? There we go. And it just says Bricklink, hashtag Bricklink25 with the parrot on it. But in my bag, there was a special number written on it, on the back, that we were given.
And if you were there, you know what those numbers were about. But you can hold it. Mrs. CPA won a set giveaway.
Yes.
From the 2021 Invitational, so it's got the really cool sticker on there. So I forbade her from opening it.
I was gonna build it. I'm gonna build it.
Eventually.
He just wants to stare at the box for a little bit.
I wish Bricklink still did these stickers, just because it's so cool. It says on it, Bricklink Designer Program Invitational. Let's see it. I need to talk to Alex and ask them if they can do this again. It's kind of too late because they've done it without it for so many. So it'd be weird if they brought it back and there's a streak in the middle where they don't have them at all. But that would be really cool if they brought that back.
Yeah. That was exciting. And I can't wait to build it. And I know exactly where I'm going to put it. So, thank you.
Cool, hon. I got my Bricklink brick sticker lanyard from Mrs. CPA. Wish I got a green lanyard. So they were giving those away at the booth if you asked for it. But they did run out very, very quick.
Yeah, the green ones went very fast.
So they didn't have as many as they have the blue ones.
Yes.
So, yeah, I wish it would have been cool if she won like the Lego modular shop or.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll try better.
This one is cool because I think it was. Well, no, the modular shop was from the original. And we're losing it. Hopefully, you can still hear us. But the modular shop was from the 2020 Invitational. I think that was the only one from the Invitational besides this one. So
I like that one. It was one of the cutest ones. It was one of the cutest ones up there. I'm excited. I won it, not you. You were on stage. True. You couldn't win. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have to, Andy. You'll have to get on them about this because they're almost convincing me. There's only a couple. There's a couple tips that are. A couple things are tipping me off to that it's not you, but you never know. You never know. Never know. So those were all, I believe, all of Mrs. CPA. I mean, I guess this is kind of, we got a poly bag from Andy. We got another poly bag from Andy. So he provided with
he gave a lot of stuff.
A lot of the haul. Yes. Kind of in that same ish crew. Gil Collects gave me a couple of custom figs. I think 2 of them. One of them is Savaggio Press, and the other is a Geonotion. So that's pretty fun. It's pretty cool. Wasn't expecting to get these, but I don't know. I can only imagine they're printed on official Lego. I think. It might surprise. Someone will have to correct me if they're not, because I I know next to nothing about these kind of custom figs. So, all right. So that was mostly Mrs. CPA's haul, but before she probably has to go pretty soon.
I'm okay for the moment.
Let's talk about Bricklink reveal on Saturday at noon Central.
Mm-hmm.
So how many of you in chat were there at the reveal? Very curious to hear about that. Kind of want to do a text ticker, but you know. Cool, huh? I can't wait for the anxiety-inducing knife usage on those custom gigs. You know, I think I found my newest hook
Rage
on my
bait.
shorts. So
Safety.
custom figs. So I might have
Safety
to
bait.
continue doing that on all future shorts. So yeah, we'll see about that. Tyler, I was trying to think because I feel like there wasn't really a good way to hype up the University of Science, but I knew Cristo was all about it. Cristo, that was I believe that was one of his top 5 picks. So when I said like Cristo, you and I, we had talked about it, but yeah, so that's what came to mind for that one. So he thought, okay, if it was the Red Dragon, I would have probably teased it 10 times as much just because I knew Tyler probably would have stood up, which I feel like is a little abnormal for Tyler. Like, he wouldn't go that all out for a BDP reveal, but if it was the Red Dragon, I feel like you'd stand up, you'd cheer, you'd run around the room out of excitement. So no, I would have definitely teased it a lot more if it was a Red Dragon. Or I would have probably just straight up said Life Bricks.
It was good. You guys gave out so much stuff at the reveal. Like, whether it was like the bags, the little bricks, the actual sets, like there was a lot that was given out at the place.
Yep, which is, I didn't know. Unfortunately, we weren't able to plan as much as we wanted to, but I think it still worked out fine in general. From that perspective, we were able to fall back on the giveaways.
Yeah.
Which worked very well, I would say. Because, yeah, going into it, I was just a little nervous first of all, I was nervous, like, oh, are people going to show up?
You guys had a great
unrealistic,
turnout. Yeah.
Unrealistic nerve. And then the hype, I was kind of concerned, like, oh, are people going to be hyped about it? Are they going to be all, oh, what's this? Bricklink, who knows what Bricklink is? So we didn't have to do, I don't know if there was much like whispers throughout the day of, oh, who's going to reveal. And I appreciate a lot of people in the audience were there for, whether it was they were there for Greg, or they were there for Shy, or they were there for me. So I appreciate just that inherent support of people who wanted to see the 3 of us succeed, which was huge. And a lot of it was thanks to you all who are in chat right now. So that's part of the reason why it was so enjoyable, I would definitely say.
Yeah, I feel like next year, especially when people find out there's free stuff being given out, you guys will have even more people.
Yeah, because people are going to know, people are going to expect. And as of now, the expectation from my understanding is that there will be another reveal next year, just because
it went well.
It happens.
Yeah.
You know, it went well. Like Miss CPA just said, the reception was well. We're already talking about how we can make it better, how we can plan better. I'll just say this because you all will find out eventually, and I can get some feedback. The first sort of feedback, or the first sort of plan to make it better moving forward, is that we'll be in the first panel of the day.
Yeah.
So we'll be at 11. The main reason for that is so that we can have as much time before the reveal to do actual live in-person run-throughs.
Yeah.
Of the
especially
reveal,
with
so
just
we can know that everything will work.
Yeah. Just the tech, but also I think like how on Friday the Ninjago reveal was able to have like a line, and you were able to like stem the flow
Thursday.
Thursday,
Yeah,
you're right.
It surprised me that it
right.
was Thursday.
That it stemmed the flow of people coming in, kind of thing. And you could give out like tickets that way, and then maybe the prizes could be spread out more.
Yeah, so the prize, the like the big set giveaways will be better. Even the small giveaways will be better. I think just overall, we'll know how much room we have to breathe. We just know we've done it once. We can make it better. We can. It's just going to be all.
I think it was a great first launch. You know what I mean? Like obviously, you're always going to have like small things that happen. But that's how you learn what to do and make it better. So, I think it'd be great to have for another time. I do think Saturday is better than Sunday for it. I don't see why you guys would go away from Saturday, but keeping it on a public day would be best.
Oh yeah,
as well.
Yeah, definitely will stay on a public day.
Yeah.
I feel like potentially it could be better attended if it was on a private day, kind of like the Ninjago panel or the Ninjago reveal. But no, I think the intent is to be for just everyone.
Yeah.
So that's why we did it on a public day.
Like
but it would be interesting to reveal it on a private day. I that kind of goes against pros and cons, just like anything, pros and cons. So, but no, we'll definitely be discussing. But as far as Liam's question, what set got the best crowd reaction? The train got a good reaction just because it's a train. It's the first model train in the BDP, and it was the first set to be revealed before any wait, no, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
Coconut Cape.
Coconut Cape was the first
one to be revealed.
Yeah. You guys just hyped up the train pretty well. And there were a lot of train enthusiasts in the crowd. So I think that one was just really well received.
Yeah.
Also your last one.
Obviously the castle was very well received. But I think people were starting to get a little antsy. Stud City, I thought train was number 2. I thought it was train. No, I thought it was...
Was the balloon the third one?
Yeah, I think balloon was 3. I could be wrong. Obviously, we can check the tapes, but I'm pretty sure it was... I'm
the one with a bad memory, so... Don't ask me.
I have the thing here. The slides. Oh, that's last.
Oh, 2 was the balloon.
Slide. Was the balloon number 2?
That's what Stud City's saying. 3 was train. Maybe that makes sense.
Okay. So at least the train is sticking out in my mind. So I think the train probably did the best. But
yeah, I remember like people were very hyped for the train. So yeah, that was cool. They were good sets. I really liked the idea of having them out. Even if it's not because they do still have to take it back and refine it.
Yep.
But it's cool to see it like still as a set. Like something when I was sitting with the Ninjago stuff, something that I heard a lot was like, oh, this looks so much cooler in person than like in pictures. And so I feel like that's the same thing for the Bricklink stuff is like to see it in person or like the size of some of those. Like I don't think I would what was the not the
coconut.
No.
That was the one I was most surprised about.
No,
coconut.
The one that opens that had the 2 halves that
the University of Science.
Yes, I would not have thought it was that big, especially when it was opened. Like even hearing the measurement of it, it just would have had a disconnect. So seeing it, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. I was most surprised about the coconut. It's either Coconut Cove or Coconut Cape. My mind says Coconut Cove, but that one most surprised me because that one is a large set. It's like 3 stories tall.
Yeah, you guys had 2 large sets in there.
So Coconut would have been the middle range set. University of Science was a large, and the castle was a large, of course. But yeah, it was interesting to see them in person. I saw them all on Thursday. They were actually shipped in in checked luggage, no, in checked boxes. Like they had a big roller hard plastic case like that you carry camera equipment or whatever. One was in that with like foam.
So TSA
inserts.
got to see it first.
And so when they came in, I would say the coconut cape was the most damaged. Like literally just the base underground was secure. Everything else was just totally crumbled.
Oof. Yeah.
So Alex fixed that one the most, and I was able to fix the rest. So then hot air balloon was I think hot air balloon wasn't damaged at all, just because it was a nice round thing. There wasn't really anything too damaged with that. And then University of Science was pretty well kept because they had foam inserts, and it's a pretty sturdy building. Somewhat just the frills and stuff were knocked off and had to be put back on. So that was pretty fine. But then the castle was also pretty beat up because you have some of the walkways and the steps to get from one tower to another were taken apart and unfortunately did not fare the trip very well. So I had to reverse engineer those from the pictures and instructions because Alex had the studio file. So I was refamiliarizing myself with studio to get those in there. So that was a lot of fun. And there was literally one point where the bottom brick was the hinge piece, and that was the piece that was taken apart and off. So I had to literally like wedge the whole tower up just to get this little piece at the bottom. So that was
stuck in there. That's
very
funny.
fun. And if you watch my video again for the latest Series 8 reveal, you'll see that some of the bricks aren't even pushed down altogether because literally I was standing over the towers pushing down, but they just weren't lined up quite perfectly. So you had to
make it,
they weren't able to be pushed down unless you kind of took that whole part off, fixed the piece, and then put the rest on. So it just wasn't entirely worth it, but that left some gas. But of course, obviously, all of you in the crowd, you didn't see it, you didn't notice it, so weren't too concerned about it.
I mean, the main thing is the overall, aesthetic of it.
Exactly. Papa Trip says we fully planned to go to the BDB reveal, but we made a commitment to take the kids into the city on Saturday morning. We watched and listened to the stream on the way back to the Rennie CPA shot. Greg, thumbs up. It was great in person. I know from watching back some of the stream online, it was just so much better in person. It was like uncomparable. There was no real comparison between the two because of a lot of the tech diffs, if you will.
Yeah, but also like it was more, the audience was the ones there versus every other reveal you do. The audience is obviously like the camera. But yeah, no, it was good.
So yeah, all this feedback is stuff we're taking back into account, and we'll work to make it better in the future. So that's definitely things we are taking into consideration because, yeah, it sounded like a lot of people, Badger, I know you're in chat, a little, maybe frustrated a little bit with the reveal and not getting enough of that classic experience. And we did, unfortunately, we went through the sets pretty quick because, as you all know, we weren't able to play the designer interviews like we wanted to because the audio just wasn't working. So that kind of definitely messed with my flow. I was like, okay, I would have expected to have like 2 minutes to just not have to worry about keeping everyone entertained, look at the notes, see which set is next, and just go on to the next thing. So that kind of messed with my vibe a little bit. So yeah, but we'll make it better. We'll figure out a good way to get the online people involved as well. What I'm leaning towards now is we film something separate that's more attuned to the typical online reveals, and then we play that as a YouTube premiere so people can't skip forward in the stream, and they more or less find out as the live audience finds out, but they're watching a completely separate video. The only problem with that, as I've communicated to Bricklink, is the fact that you have to
line it up.
No, you have to film something completely separate. So it's at least like 4 hours of extra work just to get something for the online people. So a little bit of a pain, but if it works and it's pretty easy, we'll see. We'll see about it. Also,
if you're thinking about it this far in advance, though, like you could plan for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, like you can schedule the time out for that. Yeah. So.
Cristo says, make sure to pick a bland thumbnail. Yeah, so that would be posted on Bricklink's YouTube channel, and it would be just their regular dark blue, hey, Series 8 reveal.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't spoil anything for sure. But, it looks like Papa Trip is added to the Ghost Crew, integrated into your one monster a day. Loving black cherry. I haven't had black cherry, but I do need to try that one. Cherry limeade is solid. Grape, I'm not a huge fan of, but I know Ostiv definitely is. Red, white, and blue sounds good. Bubblicious. I am down to try Bubblicious as well because it just sounds like it could be good. Could be really good. Let's see. So yeah, I think the reveal was a lot of fun. Once again, those giveaways, it made all the difference. People were all about the giveaways. The hype was awesome to see. All the support from you all was amazing. So I think it literally, as well as it could have gone, given we didn't have any time to truly test the system. Mm-hmm. We didn't have that kind of time in advance. I think it went as well as it really could have, honestly. It was a wonderful, wonderful experience. So, and I think, actually, I know Cristo was there. I know Tyler was there.
Coop was there.
Yeah, Coop was there. I'm trying to think of people in chat that was there. Austin, you may have been busy. Coolhan, Papa Trip said he wasn't there. Smokey said wasn't there. But, and obviously I don't take it. I do not take it personally in the slightest. I know there's
sounds
a
like
lot
you're calling them out.
There's a lot going on Saturday. So, yeah, no, it was great. It was just a good experience, and we'll be doing it again next year. And we'll see about who the hosts will be. I don't know if we'll be doing the same. We'll see. Obviously, it works, but I think part of the BDP reveals is just to get some new hosts involved. So I think for the next series 9, that's happening soon, in the next 3 months at this point. So that would put us in. Last year it was October. I think it'll be October again. No, September. August?
Can you do math?
No, unfortunately I can't.
Okay, June, July, August, September,
October, November. Because our first stream was November. It was like November 17th. The one that I missed, I couldn't remember if it was September or October.
I don't know.
So, either way, it'll be in the fall. Early fall, late summer sometime. And it'll be a good time for sure. So, it looks like Coolhan is heading out. Have a great night. I know it's late there, so best get some sleep. So, no, it was a lot of fun. So, we talked about Bricklink. I, unfortunately, did not make it to the Star Wars panel, but it sounded like it was a good time. I know it was live streamed on this or that Star Wars stream, but I think it's been privated as of now. So, I didn't experience it myself. It sounded like it was a good time. It was just a couple dudes talking about Star Wars, Lego Star Wars, which is always a good time. But I know I think I talked about it a little bit with Coop, maybe a little bit with Sean. But besides that, it's been here we go. Click on Tyler's message.
That one?
No, the bottom one.
Oh.
Star Wars, I think went well, but we needed a full crispy video of it. Yes, you got to figure out to get one of the TOT boys to share that, to download that video and then put it somewhere, because we need to get the link on that one. Well, it sounds like Coolhan has it, so he needs to upload it to his channel, and then we can all watch it. because I definitely want to see that. Ostif says, I'll catch you soon, boys. We're doing a nice little jiu-jitsu open mats here. Sweet. Have fun. Stay safe out there. Thanks for stopping by. Tyler says, so I have the link to their stream, but still, since it was a stream quality, it's like 244. Really? I guess they probably were streaming on...
It's probably the hotel
mobile.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, the hotel Wi-Fi or mobile, which I'm sure was not great. But no, if we can get some of that action in here, that would be fantastic.
The hotel Wi-Fi on public days is not great. The other days, it's fine.
Yeah.
But on public days, it's pretty bad. And reception in there, because there's so many people, also is not great 100% of the time. So, yeah, streaming stuff like that going out can be hard unless you have the special setup.
That is very true. Yes. Ostif with the super chat, a 2-bone, just for the love, just for the culture. Love y'all. Peace. Stay safe out there, Ostif.
I was going to say move your head over so they could see it better.
And
thank you.
We'll see you next week. Because it's Saturday and the week is almost out for all of us.
Yeah, right? Wild.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so they had the super secret Wi-Fi. No, that's needed. That is definitely needed over there. I don't know if the TOT boys were able to use it, but
yeah.
Okay, Cool Han had it on IG Live, sadly. Oh, so is it on your? It might be on your account. Then I can check it out. That'd be cool. But what? So what else happened? Obviously we had the Ninjago reveal. I liked the live reveal of the premiere.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was fun. That was a pretty hype episode in
they
general.
had the Ninjago panel right before, wasn't it the Ninjago panel right before you guys? What was right before you guys?
Yeah, that was Duck Bricks on there as well. So.
Yeah. And I heard that they gave out stuff there too. So there was a lot of free stuff going around on Saturday, like giveaways and everything. So. Like Ninjago gave out. Ninjago gave out a lot of stuff.
Tons of giveaways across the board, which is always good to see. Good to see Lego showing up. If you all got an email from Brickworld events to fill out a link to a survey that I believe is an official Lego survey, you definitely should fill that out. You definitely don't want to miss that because Lego takes their feedback. My understanding is Lego takes their feedback, customer service feedback, written feedback very seriously. So if we all fill it out and say, we love...
CPA-fol?
Yes, say that too. But we loved having Lego representation at Brickworld Chicago. We want to see it again. Tell them how far you went. I know Coop made a joke in the Discord, ACOB Discord server saying, oh, they need to have more than just... what was it? I think the max was like 200. If you drove more than 150 miles, it's like, yeah, most people are coming from 300 plus miles. It seems like often. So, or they should have said, were you from a different country or something like that? But no, fill out that survey, tell Lego how you feel, and if enough of us fill it out, and I know the Lego reps that were there will bring very good news back to Lego corporate. Yeah. That it went very well. And we're just going to get even more Lego representation next year, which I think it's important. It's good. It's great to see. And yeah, if we just get more of that, I think it's only good if Lego contributes more to the extent that they don't feel like they own the convention. Yeah. That's the balance. If they don't turn it into like, oh wait, you guys are doing that. Yeah. Well, we don't like that. We don't like the fact that everyone's, we'll throw out an example like, Lego, they try to steer away from alcohol and drugs, obviously in their sets. Like, oh, the Brickworld, they're fine with alcohol everywhere, 24/7, blah blah blah. So obviously just an example, but not saying. And I don't think they would do. I would hope they wouldn't do that. Try and change things about the convention that makes it the convention. So, but I think it's only good. It's only good for everyone. Yeah, and I think too, like,
Lego coming and being more supportive of stuff. Like, you know, when they were giving away these things, they had, which was mostly on Sunday. So, you know, they could have split it up Saturday and Sunday as well. But so many people, like they had so many of these that were given away, especially to kids. And I think that that's awesome. And that's so cool that Lego can do that. Because at the end of the day, this does not cost Lego that much money, but it makes like a child, not even a child, like any AFOL's like day just to take home like a poly bag. And especially for like something so small. And if Ninjago is your thing, then you're even more hype about it. You're like zoning out.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking like, what can we do next year for the reveal? Like, so one of the things, for example, we were supposed to have a sheet, so we didn't have to like lift the sets up. We were supposed to have them all covered and pull the sheet off, kind of like they do for the land stuff. But I was just thinking, like, in my mind, how it would be cool, because I wanted to be like super engaging with everyone, since it was kind of, you know, we were all kind of limited just in time and everything. I want to be like running around.
You could definitely
the crowd and being like, what do you think? We're like doing crowd and like, yeah. So just kind of having the freedom next year to know, like, yeah, let's go around. Let's
you
be
could
crazy.
Do the,
let's get the crowd involved. Let's just do so many things.
You could do the sheet next year if you had time to put them up on the table beforehand. We were already in the room, so it would have been really awkward to try and put it up there in the sheet at the same time. But you could do it next year. Interesting.
Tyler says put BDP in a bigger room next year.
I think so too.
I mean, we didn't fill the room, so why would you say to put it in a bigger room?
Well, for one, you're gonna have more people for sure.
True.
You're definitely gonna have more people, but I mean, if there's a bigger room available,
because of how they had the partitions, unfortunately, that was the biggest room.
Yeah.
That was available.
I don't know.
But fun fact. I was originally campaigning for us to do the reveal in one of those side AB rooms. Like, Tyler, the size of the room that we had the ACOB set reveal party in, I was like, let's do it in one of those rooms, because I don't want to have 50 people that could fit in one of those rooms to be in this big room and it looks tiny. So that was
you know, it was a good thing that you got vetoed on that.
I'm glad Alex nipped that in the bud and said, let's reach higher than that. Let's reach a little higher than that.
It felt like, granted, I was towards the front of the...
You, Tyler... well, Tyler wasn't front, but he was in the first section.
Yeah, I do think we definitely jam-packed towards the front, so that might have made it feel more full.
The first section on each side was definitely full.
Yeah.
A little bit of the next sections were full.
Yeah.
But I would say about 65 to 70% of the whole room was full. Yeah. I don't think we need a bigger room yet, but we could need a bigger room depending
2 years you could need it.
Depending on what gets out this year.
Yeah.
So, but as of now, Alphonse, this was the largest room available at the convention, just because of how they had the partitions. They didn't have... Normally,
is that where they did the orientation?
Yes, they did the orientation in that room last year.
They had it set up differently.
They had no partitions up yet, so that was the difference.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm thinking of. So, yeah.
Yeah, those walls in the back of the room were partitions that they can take away and open up the room to be huge.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
Tyler says the sheet would kind of spoil things. Yeah, I would say it would spoil which size we're revealing, which is why I want to do.
You'd have to have like
box.
Yeah.
I want to do a giant, literally a Bricklink box, a big white box that says Bricklink on the top left with a giant question mark.
Oh, and you could just go whoop,
and then we lift it up.
I like that.
That's how I would do it.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I was thinking about that with the sheet, that it would kind of give away the size, so you'd have to manage that. But yeah, I like the box, and then if you do it big enough, you could just continue to reuse those boxes. Yeah,
Alphonse, that's that was the room I originally wanted us to do the reveal in, that side room, and yeah, glad we didn't do that. Yeah, so Alphonse, I wanted to go to both Bricklink events, but they were both at 9 a.m. and I'm like staying up till 3 or 4 trying to get up at 9, it just wasn't happening. It was bad.
Did any of you did Shy or Greg make
so.
it? It's just Alex.
Greg may have, because I know he had pictures.
Okay.
But
that's funny.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone actually made it to that.
Any of you guys? That's funny.
Yeah, because I didn't really get to talk to any of the Bricklink designers. So, okay. Alphonse says, think the parrot set should have been a raffle like the other sets, then throwing them out made it hard for anyone not in those front 2 sections. And yeah, that's one of the feedbacks we've received. So next year, instead of just aimlessly throwing, I'll do a little more strategically and walk around and stuff like that.
Like this, we had like on the number for the big set, you could have put like a blue dot or something. It's like, if you have a blue dot, come over here for a prize. If you have a green dot, come over here for a prize. And like at the end, and like giving out stuff that way. And that way everybody like could have been a winner, and you either get a brick or a bird or a big prize or something.
We'll definitely figure out a better way to spread those out and
just
But also on the flip side, like we want to reward people that show up early and care enough, but we don't want to we don't want to handpick our rewards and say, oh yeah, if you know CPA, yeah, then you'll get a set kind of thing.
Yeah,
I definitely don't want to. I want to keep it independent like that. So, did Hive's system really crash, or was he still partying? I'm guessing he was partying. I don't think I talked to Shy at all, or to Hive at all, unfortunately. Yeah, Alphonse, I didn't know you were gonna be there. I'll be honest. Hey, there's Torso Cracker. Great to see you. So yeah, clawing back to Bricklink, of course. Sunday was yeah, exactly, Tyler. Sunday was pretty chill overall. I'm trying to think Sunday night, another black market garage sale broke out, which kind of was crazy, but cool, but fun. Are you nearing the end of your tenure with us?
I'm okay.
Yeah, okay.
You can get a little you can get a little more out of me.
Okay. All right.
Before I go watch my shows.
But what are some? There goes the connection again. I don't know what's going on with.
Oh, that one's bad.
It should bounce back. It's always there. It bounced back.
It's coming back.
So the Sunday garage sale it's just in the lobby again. It's the same spot where the other one was. The square footage of the main room, or the square footage of the whole convention, is 100,000 square foot. I believe that is the... Oh, Tyler, that's a good point. It has been very windy today. It has been... let's see if it's still windy. And it's very hot. I don't know if the heat would have anything to do with it.
Hopefully not. Because otherwise it's going to be like this for a while then.
11-mile-an-hour winds. It's not nothing. Mega Blocks is trying to shut down, yeah. So yeah, it's 100,000 square feet on the floor is my understanding. No, Liam, my internet isn't being the greatest today for whatever reason. I'm just sticking it out. We're nearing the end. We're nearing the final days, final minutes of the stream. Final days of the stream. We only have a couple days left. So, yeah, Sunday was chill. Because it's quick, I'll bring up some of my garage sale buys. I literally just bought a couple of minifigures. So, let's see. That one, and this one? Yeah. So I just bought 4 minifigs. I don't even know if I can really hold it up effectively. I'll just do this. So I got Alice in Wonderland. So I want you guys to guess, how much did I pay for these 4 minifigs?
Altogether.
Alice in Wonderland, just as shown. No base plates, no nothing, just as shown. The hiker from a CMF. This dude, Harry Potter. I really liked the dual molded legs with a unique color. And then I really liked the torso. the jacket print was just really cool to me. Kind of the hair mold as well. And then, yeah, that jacket print was really cool, like the long coat. I feel like I can use that fairly well. And then the Arctic Explorer. I believe this is a CMF because it's got the dual molded arms and dual molded legs. So how much did I pay for these 4 figgies as shown? Yeah, I think it's... Yeah, Shreddy, the hiker. He was on my radar for a while. Love those dual molded legs. Mainly got it for the dual moldies. And there seems to be a dog hair stuck.
Well, it came from whoever owned it before you.
It's stuck under the arm.
Oh,
there we go.
nice.
We're out.
Beautiful. What are people guessing?
I have some random dog in my house. Couple good guesses. Oh, just the Alice isn't 60. There's no way that Alice is 60. I don't think that Alice. I think that Alice is like $15. Now you're making me want to look
66?
it up. I think he's saying for the whole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Torso. Have we already discussed Bricklink? Because I took that picture and I posted it in the server.
For what?
Of you inventorying Bricklink, the parts on Bricklink.
Oh.
On the excess. I was like, the whole time she was doing it, I was shaking my head because I was like,
he was laughing at me and I don't know. I'm used to it because I used to collect playing cards like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, and so I'm used to just like categorizing everything. So I was just like, I'm watching a show, I have nothing else to do, I'll just input these.
Yeah, she has about 20 parts on there, and they're probably a total of 11 cents.
Yeah.
If she were to sell all of them, so she make more on shipping.
Does someone want? Okay, I'll sell it to you for $0.25.
Couple guesses. Tyler says 20. Justin says 40. Smokey says 25. Shreddy says 24. Alice says 60. That's not correct, unfortunately. Alfonso says 30. Papa says 66. Brick by Brick says 27. Nick and Brick says 40. $1 store buyout. So Tyler, I'm asking, are you saying like that's the Brickworld garage price, or you're saying that's how much you'd see for it on Bricklink? Where did the message go?
I don't know.
You have a favorite generation of Pokemon?
No. My bigger one that I collected was Yu-Gi-Oh. And then I was only collecting the cute ones in Yu-Gi-Oh. So then I switched to Pokemon because I was like, oh, these are like all cute, but then I wanted to keep all of them. So I was not actually flipping them at all. And then I just stopped collecting because at that point I wasn't playing either of them anymore.
So the winning person is the person who knows the price of figs very well, has a Bricklink store, and is named Tyler Life Bricks. Yes, I paid $20 for all these. He said total fig value is like 30. So if you tack on sales tax and shipping and fees, if you got them all from one store, you might go like 36 or more. If you got them from a couple different stores, you're probably looking over $40. So the way I look at it is I got 30 to 50% under market. So $20 is the total on this purchase.
It was good.
That's how much I paid.
And you really wanted the Alice. So
I did really want the Alice. I feel like the legs that she has can be very useful for a minimal minifig. So looking for Alice, and then the other two, they were just on a base plate.
You should make a Hunger Games.
So
you should do a Hunger Games.
Is there the new Hunger Games that's coming out?
Yeah. Well, yeah. The last one just came out, the 4th book.
Oh,
which is the 5th movie.
Yeah, I need to catch them when when are they hype right now? Is Hunger Games hype right now or not really?
I mean, in my world, Hunger Games is always hype.
I mean, is me making a Hunger Games short going
I don't know.
to get me a million views?
On TikTok, there's a lot of edits of PETA, always. Everyone loves PETA.
Well, isn't there a new movie coming out with the blonde guy?
It's Haymitch's story.
Yeah, when is that movie coming out?
Don't know. Someone in chat, look it up.
Because I need to release it around that point, which I was gonna make a How to
yeah,
Train
but
Your
I'm saying
Dragon
you need
one,
like Katniss and.
No, I will, but I need to.
But
make
she's
it,
not in the 5th movie.
No, she doesn't have to be. It just has to be relevant.
I'll look it up.
Also, if you saw my story yesterday, you saw that I grabbed some Pokemon yesterday. Look at that. This is the best one that I grabbed so far. Electrokite.
Yeah, Brick by Brick says next fall.
Oh, fall this coming fall or next fall?
Yeah, the Ballad of Song and Snakes came out in 2023. So then the next one I think is.
Look at those guys.
Because I think they're still filming it.
Okay. Anyways, this isn't a Pokemon stream, and I have no idea what these are. So those were the hauls of the 2026 fall. I've got some time. Yeah, Clever Pig. I was planning to be done already because I need to work on filming my next short. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Alakazam and you look like a Piplup. Are those Pokemon?
Yes.
Those types of Pokemon?
Those are types of Pokemon.
My first thought is that it was Harry Potter.
Were you thinking Azkaban?
I knew Tyler doesn't like Harry
What were
Potter.
you thinking of? Here, I'll show you.
I can't tell you.
Do you want to see Alakazam? This is Alakazam.
No. I'm a Pikachu fan, man. You gotta go basic. I'm a basic fan. Another purchase I got.
I am a Piplup fan, so he did get that one right.
Another purchase. The Simple Man. With a filthy box.
Sorry, I'm laughing at Lifebreak's comment.
I probably won't make a parrot short just because that's not on my audience. I feel like would not do very well with that, so probably isn't worth my time.
I do not know about Bricker Build's huge Piplup.
Too. Yeah, it's $600. Did they have that at Brickworld Chicago this year, Tyler? I got my Simple Man. Let's go.
Is that going to be our new fund? Like, instead of the Disney Castle, it's going to be
no.
a Piplup?
Well, if I were to get in their land program, then maybe. But I haven't even asked, and I probably won't. Because they kind of canned that, unfortunately. So yeah, I got this guy. I don't know if I can even count it as part of the Brickworld haul because I had a pre-planned Bricklink haul from Tyler. So got all those stuff. Got Kenobi, needed him, a bunch of other stuff.
Did you see Brick by Brick's message?
Yes, I saw it. And then from Study Economy, I purchased all the Harry Potter Series 2 CMFs because there's a couple of figs in here that I needed in the moment, and I'm sure I can use them, other figs in there for other stuff. So I figured it was just good to buy them all at once. And then the last thing that was a gift to me, and I'll tell you when the connection comes back. Come on. There we go. We're back soon.
Do I know my Christmas gift?
Someone got me the Deadpool torso and the Deadpool head, which is fantastic. Official Lego. I have been making shorts with fake Deadpool torso this whole time.
Wow.
And
the scandal.
So the fact that I now have a Deadpool torso is really cool. Awesome. So I'll be able to make shorts with a real Deadpool now. Maybe. But yeah, I think that's kind of the last main thing as far as hauls go. It's probably in the box. I don't even know where that Deadpool is, if I'm being honest. For real. Well, I still don't have the legs for him, so I might just be using the ones you got me, or I bought from you, Tyler. Give them like running joggers. Close enough, yeah. I wish I had the dual molded red and black legs, because that could work. So, I left Tyler at the Rennie? What? I don't. Oh, those are all in the bin. I have those. I just don't know where they are. I think you put one of those in the. Those are in the little dishes that we got from Brickworld.
Yeah, I put all those in there.
Sorry.
Yeah, I combined all of those because they were so small. I didn't want to lose them all.
Yeah, exactly.
So when I'd get them, I'd put them in there.
So I think that about sums it up for this year. I can't think of anything else, obviously, other than the good times, the great vibes, the good memories, the good conversations.
The friends made along the way.
Meeting Clever Pig, meeting...
You were so busy.
And
like you were very busy.
I was just busy, like, because I was trying to get out that video along with the reveal, because I wanted to get maximum views, and I did. For generally speaking, for mine, I did, which was good, which was very good, and yeah.
But also, though, busy. Like, yeah, you had a lot of like prep work, and then like afterwards, you even had to talk about like how it went, and then. Yeah. Continuing to help Bricklink at their table and stuff in different ways, like
because I just wanted to. I helped Bricklink pack up a chunk of their stuff, so it was and I just wanted to be a help to them because they've given me so many cool opportunities that very few other people have.
People are so nice too.
I just wanted to be a huge help to them as they have been a huge help and inspiration to me. So I was there a lot, and then hitting all the different groups, chatting with ACOB crew, chatting with other friends. So there was a lot. We did Clever Pig and the three of us. We talked about the live action Lilo and Stitch.
Oh yeah.
For a little bit at the table, so that was fun. Yeah, but. Is everyone in chat going next year? I know some people might not know yet, which is fine, totally fine. But do we know already if we're going to see some of you all next year? I'm very curious to hear. We still need to get Scott. I don't know if Scott's gone to a Brickworld yet.
So... did you like the hotel enough? Because the last year we did not do the hotel. This time we did do the hotel. Would you do it again?
Yeah, certainly. I think the first year the main reason we didn't is because I had hotel points, and so we were staying at the other hotel. So
yeah, but worth it in your head.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's definitely worth it to stay at the hotel.
And they're doing renovations and getting more stuff, and parking's going to be
different. So hopefully by next year, those renovations should be done, because I know those
I could see them
take
doing
a while.
That. I could see it being done. At least the parking part would be done.
And there might even be more activities. Like they're supposed to put in
go-karting.
They're supposed to put in like events there.
Yeah.
Like go-karting and maybe some kind of putt-putt golf, like a little mini mini event.
I heard maybe more food
center
there too, so maybe there'd be more food options, which would be interesting.
So yeah, it's just. Yes, it sounds like a lot more people are planning on bringing mocks next year that haven't in the past, so that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's really exciting.
That's awesome. More stuff for everybody to look at.
Tyler says, CPA, what's your thoughts on server tips being based on value of the food?
We had
value
a talk
of food
on
doesn't
this.
determine quality of their actual service they're providing. So I would say it should be sort of like 50-50.
Yeah.
Like it's their job to make sure your food is what you ordered, not necessarily that the food is good.
Yeah, that's the chef's job.
I'm thinking like if the food isn't what if you ordered a hamburger with cheese, lettuce, tomato, light onion, one slab of lettuce and mustard but no mayo or ketchup, it's their job to make sure that all of those things are on there.
I think what he's saying though is more like you go to like a Coney Island and they're doing the exact same job that they would be at like a Bonefish Grill, but the food cost is more, so you're going to pay that. Sorry.
I mean, it's all percentages.
Yeah, but I think that's what he's trying to say.
It's always a percentage. So
I agree.
That's just what it comes down to. But yeah, to the extent of like, did they get you what you ordered, and then is the food to the level of expectation? Like, you're getting a burger and you ordered it to be cooked medium, and it's a hockey puck. Yeah. You're either gonna get a new burger, or it's going to be reflected in their tip because it's not what you ordered.
Yeah, I think you have to tip them until the payment, the way that waiters are paid changes, because otherwise you're hurting them. So like if you literally don't tip, you're actually taking away from their wages. But yeah, I don't think that should be normal, but it is our normal until like it's changed. So.
See, Tyler, back to your points, it's all percentage based. So I wouldn't put it into $5 to $15. I would say 15 to 20% is the base level, and then if they were above and beyond, then you go up higher than that. But 10% on the low end, and then 20% on the high end is the way I see it. If you're sitting down and they're actually serving you, obviously, if you're doing takeout, my opinion, no tips. I never buy delivery food because I think it's stupid to pay someone, because you pay so much.
Yeah, for someone to bring it to you.
That's just crazy.
I agree with ACOB that like you are paying for better service typically at a higher end restaurant. And that's usually goes hand in hand, and usually they're more attentive to you, but also they have more that they have to do sometimes. You know, like a waiter at like a Coney Island might need to only check in on you once, but if you're going to a place that has like a 5-course meal, they're going to be coming around more often. Yeah, and again, I think like in America, I don't know, you can argue whether it should be this way or should not be this way. It is that way right now though.
Yeah.
And until that changes, like you're literally just hurting the server. They're charged tax wise for, I believe, 10 to 15%. So if you tip under that, the government is still taxing them for that 10 to 15%. So you're literally hurting them if you don't tip that way. But again, not to say that is how it should be or not shouldn't be. That's just how it is currently.
So I imagine, Tyler, you're talking about like giving a dollar range. And yeah, Jeff, you answered that question. But like a dollar range, you can't really think about that because it depends what you're buying. So, but I imagine you're spending like, if you spend $30, that's 15% is $5.
Yeah.
But I mean, I always think of percentage. So like if we were to go out to eat, it would probably be, we'll just say $40. So if the server did a bad job, they would get like $5. If they did a good job, they would get $10. But that just works out that way because of the percentages of 10 to 20%.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, where I think, who said that? Like, why doesn't a person just work at? Yeah. Tyler says, why would a server not work at Applebee's over 5-star restaurant? Yeah, I mean, people said it. It's super easy comparatively to get a job at Applebee's, and the process of hiring is going to be much more rigid. You'll probably need to have references and show that you're experienced. You've been doing this for a while.
As much as work will tell you it's not also how you present yourself, it is also how you present yourself. So if you can clean up to be at a 5-star restaurant, but yeah, usually it goes along with other things too. Like if you're at like a Texas Roadhouse, like they're probably not serving like really fancy wines and knowing all these like different exotic foods, whereas if you work at a 5-star Michelin restaurant, you're gonna have to know all of those, and even just like the cutlery, like knowing how to the correct order of things.
And Tyler, like if that could work out depending on what you're buying. So if you're spending $50 for a meal, then which that's like a Longhorn Steakhouse would be 50 for one person. So yeah, if they did a bad job, you're giving them 10%. They did a good job, you're giving them 20%. Did a great job, you're giving them 30 or 25%, 30%. So that could work on the percentages, but based on the range you're probably buying, that dollar value could work.
It also depends though, if you're talking about if you go on a date, are you going to change your tip because in your head is the server doing more work? Because I would argue they're keeping track of both people's orders, but are they visiting the table anymore? No, but they're still checking in on you just as much.
So as Brent mentioned earlier, he was a waiter, or he might still be as currently. He said, Cheese on top says, you don't make more because you work hard. Sometimes you do, but it all depends on the person. Sometimes you might not make more, even if you work super hard for a customer. Sometimes you might. So it just kind of depends. But Clever Big says, your opinion on paying for delivery is going to change toward the end of September. I'm stubborn, and so I bet it won't. Because one of us can watch.
You'll probably just want to get out. You'll probably just want to get out of the house and leave.
That.
So
I believe that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Texas Roadhouse is the undisputed #1 worst service restaurant in Schaumburg. That's a shame.
I thought it was #1. I love Texas Roadhouse. I did not go to the one in Schaumburg though, so I don't know. But that is one of my favorite restaurants. So
normally they're fine.
Although Texas Roadhouse got sued. So
Alphonse makes bartenders. That's why my understanding is that if people are working in a spot that has a bar, most of the time they're like clawing to get that position of bartender.
A bartender
you make so much on a Friday, Saturday,
but
Sunday.
The amount that they have to know, and and they're very busy, especially like if they're making more than a 5-star restaurant, they're very busy, and they have many different orders and people to deal with, and also they do have a huge liability that they take on. For instance, like legally, they're the ones who choose to sell alcohol to somebody or not. It doesn't matter if the bouncer checked at the door; they can't trust that the bouncer got everybody. So it's their job on the line, like every time they serve a drink kind of thing for stuff like that. So I 100% agree that bartenders should get more, and they do, usually in tips because of that. And their hours, depending on if you're a night owl or not. For me, those would suck. Those hours would be terrible.
Yeah.
But
like 7 p.m. to 4 a.m. sometimes.
It depends. It depends on where. Like a college town versus a downtown versus just a random hometown bar are all very different.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, we are going down the rabbit trail into food, which it was to be expected. How could it not happen? We did talk about food in the middle there, but that was exclusive to
Schaumburg.
But in the interest of leaving some time for the evening and getting a good bedtime, we're going to call it there for Brickworld 2025. It's in the books.
Everyone's talking
Next
about
year,
steak now.
You guys can. I don't think chat closes, so you guys can still hang out and chat and call it there. But thanks everyone for stopping by. Greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the stream on the way out if you haven't. I know some of you probably haven't because we have more viewers than likers at this point. So,
How dare you?
I personally, I know some of you might be going to Brick Fair, Virginia. I will not be making it. It's just too close to Brickworld Chicago and can't do it all, unfortunately. So that's one of these years I would like to make it out there to Brickworld Chicago, to Brick Fair, Virginia. Don't think it's going to happen.
I think you're tired.
So yeah, maybe we probably need to end it anyways. So thank you everyone again. And next week, I'll think of a fun little topic for next week. Maybe get a guest on here, maybe.
Oh, am I not good enough? I'm kidding.
Well, hey,
I'm kidding. I don't. I am kidding. I don't.
I haven't pulled 30 live viewers in a while, so maybe 30
no.
live viewers and 2
I'm kidding.
super chats. I mean, that's a good time.
I think you got 3.
Yeah, 3 Ostiff,
Yeah.
Roger, and Tyler.
Yeah.
So
thank
$6.
you.
Well, $4.
So thank you.
So, yes, thank you everyone again. There's the likes. Appreciate it. We'll see you hopefully next week. I'm working on a short tonight. I have to script it, film it, and hopefully edit it so it'll be up tomorrow. Need to catch some of those weekend viewers. But I'm testing to see if a theme is still
working.
Still working. I hope so.
There's your hint.
But thanks everyone again. We'll see you all later. And some of you at Brickworld Chicago next year. 358 days. Let's go.